Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So I'm going to do this again because the first time I was not recording, apparently. I mean, I only got like a couple of minutes in and realized it. So no harm, no foul. But I'm not even sure what to name this because it's just a whole lot of decks and a whole lot of modifications. So decks and mods and decks and mods. Now, there are quite a few decks that I'm not even going to be showing that I've already shown or that you're going to be seeing soon. And some of these I might do walkthroughs if you want. Some of the newer ones, that is. But the amount of decks that I've gotten in since the end of April is insane. Like the Odyssean Tarot, the Biblical Tarot, Wild Reflections, Cosmic Wisdom. Now, I did do a walkthrough of the Biblical Tarot. You just haven't seen it yet. It hasn't aired yet. I got in 5 different decks from US Games in order to review. So I've done one of those that you've seen, which is the Star Maiden, but I've got like 4 more to do. I also got the Cosmic Wisdom Tarot by Hethrone. That was a pre-order that I placed in February, beginning of February. The Wild Reflections was a Kickstarter. So yeah, I've got a bunch to show you. So I guess I just better dig in. So let me start off with this one. I'm just going to show you briefly. This is something that I had been looking at. Now this one I did not mod. I don't know if I'm going to mod this one. Just because of the way that the backs are. I might not. We'll see. I don't think I will. But this is one that I seen, and damn it, I should have looked before I started the video. I think it was either Rhiannon Rambles or it was Carrie's. Gosh, what is it? Mystical Musings? Her channel. It's one of them. It might be both of them. But this was a deck that I had seen quite a while ago, and I put it on my favorites list. And I had been wanting it for a while, and it went on sale, so I got it. I think it was 25% off. So I got it. I had to. Now, this also came with like a caveat. Let me see if I can find that really quick. The deck also came with like a bag of crystals, which was super sweet. You know, I can't even get this damn thing open. Forget it. But you can see them. A bunch of crystals that I have yet to go through yet. But the caveat that came with this deck, and I have to agree with everything that's on this card. This card deck is for entertainment purposes only. Reading cards is subject to interpretation and should not be taken as absolute truth. Card readings do not ever replace professional, legal, medical, business opinions or advice, no matter how convinced you are that your reading is accurate. If you are suffering from mental health issues, legal or business, you should consult with professionals. These cards will not and cannot force you to take a specific course of action, and any course of action or decisions that you do take are because of your free will and of your sole responsibility. Now, you'll see why. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to bring up that card is because you can see the nature of this deck. It is a like crime / conspiracy deck, which of course you know I love, but anything like that, I've always said, yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but however, I'm a practical one. I don't believe every conspiracy that comes across my existence. And with anything like that, you have to have a grain of salt with a deck like this. Just because you think something because of a reading that you do, don't go off spreading to the world, you know, this person killed this person, blah, 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 blah. No, 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 no. I do not believe in doing that unless you have absolute proof. I would never. And it is down to, with like any cards that you read, it is definitely about your own discernment and your interpretation of those cards, right? So you can see why. I mean, this deck is so friggin' cool. I mean, seriously. I don't know what kind of readings. I mean, I know what kind of readings I'm going to be doing with this, but, you know, they're going to be more for fun and asking, like, super cool questions. But this is 100 and some cards in this. So it is just, I think it was like 140 or 160. So it could be like murder mysteries. It could be, you know, like the shadow government and stuff like that, right? Cover-ups. Yeah. So this is a super cool deck. I am happy to finally have it. And I'm just excited about it. I just got it a couple of days ago. But you will see what I have been up to. I have been modding decks. Well, just like edging them. Not really cutting anything down. Like crazy. It also came with a little card. Little scratch off and like a little code. This place is really cool. It's on Etsy. I'll make sure that I remember to leave a link for that particular deck, okay? All right, so let's move on. So I had also been seeing these particular decks on Amazon. Super inexpensive, like $16.99 a deck. And I'm just like, yeah. They're super cool. They're great for doing like live readings and stuff like that. Which I might end up doing more like on TikTok and stuff like that for fun, right? So, and I also seen a couple of these over on Antoinette's channel, Tony's channel. Antoinette, Tarot, and Jewelry. And so I decided to pick them up. I mean, they're very inexpensive, but that's not all I did. I also modified all of these decks. Now, I will say one thing about these damn decks is they did not come with any kind of, like, you know, holes. Thumb holes. So you just have to jiggle it a little bit. But this is how I edged them. So you could use some self-care time like now. Schedule it in. You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. Guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. These are the backs. I don't like it that they put that on there, but messages of cosmic oracle cards. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. Stop looking outside yourself for the answers. You already know them. I just thought these were really cool, great. I like the messages that were on these. And for $16.99, I just couldn't pass them up. And I thought that these are also great for like doing like card a day for like the masses kind of thing, you know. And I really enjoyed, doing the different colors that really just go with a lot of the colors that are on the cards. So there you go. There's that one. That was Messages of Cosmic Oracle cards. It's a weird name. So, then I also got Repair, Evolution, Growth Oracle cards. Modern Oracle for self-healing and growth. I thought this one was really good, and I think the artwork is beautiful. Messages are fabulous. This is how I edged this one because of the colors that were on the back. I think that image is really beautiful. Patience needed. Timing. Be mindful not to rush or push your agenda at this time. Trust in divine timing, and less is instant gratification. Having patience allows everything to unfold as it should. The seeds have been planted. Now let them grow. See, I think these are great. And I'm sure that they have just taken these images either from AI, I don't know, or images from like, what is it? Shit, I can't remember the name of the site, but sites where they do the free or copyright free images. It's not personal projection. Many times others project their own pain onto you. This situation is not personal, but rather an opportunity for compassion for yourself and the other person involved. Stop taking the blame by automatically thinking it's your fault. Have discernment of what you own, but also what isn't your problem. See what I mean? These are so good. Love redefined. Romance. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created an opportunity for a new chapter with the possibility of cultivating healthy relationships. Heart open, listen, better boundaries and communication, balance needed, relationships, full circle, completion. See, I mean, just really good. Let me see what that past life karma cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. Look into ways to clear past karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. Yes, that is so cool. Childhood wound. Dreams realized, manifest, new beginnings, intention, distorted view, perspective, old conditioning, release. It's time to release old conditioning and to step into the new way of being. The old story and past cycles of blame, shame, and guilt need to move out. Take inventory of what no longer resonates and what isn't your burden to carry. Unload what has been weighing you down. Spirit guidance, co-creation, creativity, sacrifice. For $16.99, I just thought that this was really good. Now, if you'd like to see full walkthroughs of any of these decks, just let me know. They are on Amazon. I got these on Amazon. The boxes are not great. I mean, they're good, sturdy construction, but they're not big enough. So as soon as you take this off, cards fall out. And there's no holes, thumb holes in the side. So, but I mean, for $16.99, I just really couldn't go wrong. And here's the other one that I got, the Oracle, or the Place Oracle. Let's see if I can get this. This one is a tuck box, and it is actually a high quality tuck box. So this is how I edged this one, because this one has a lot of green, and there's a lot of green in the backs, which the backs are just beautiful. This is a bigger Oracle deck. This one's 78 cards. I love the lushness of the different greens. So we've got, now I will say one thing about this one, not all of the writing down below is easy to read, but again, for $16.99, I can't complain too much because the pictures are really good. The places are really cool. So school, restaurant, cinema, perilous realm, parking lot, ship, shopping mall, train, forest cabin. Look at how beautiful the artwork is. Hotel or the images. Forest, roof. And if you're trying to do like some sort of reading where it's depicting an actual, not just like a country or a general location or, you know, like a church or whatever, these are definitely like, there's more in there. Like, I mean, elevator, arena, at a concert, at an art exhibition, farm, zoo, crossroads, and it goes into more detail. Library, book collection, reading nooks, research resources, temple, spiritual practices, meditation and reflection, spiritual guidance. So it could be an actual place, or it can be like a library. It could be like in your library, in your room, or I mean in your house, right? Or it could be pertaining to a book collection that you have, or like a little reading nook where you always sit, or, you know, maybe something that you're researching. Incarnation, prison, justice and punishment for jail. We've got factory, so we've got church here, sky, mountains, garden, hospital, workspace, nightclub, fuel station, bench. You see, there's a lot of them. And I love the images that are in this. Beautiful. And I love the edging. I did like 3 different colors of green. I like putting similar colors together. It creates such depth in whatever you're working with. Okay, so those are some of the newer decks that I've gotten. Here's one that I got like last month. I'm trying to get it out of the box. But I wanted to show you, I also modified this one, edged it. To go like with the back. That was like 3 different shades of like purple magentas. I think it looks really good. So that's what I mean. Decks and mods, and decks and mods, and decks and mods. So that's another one. My little light seers in a tin. I love this little damn deck. And this is how, also like with 3 different shades of green in order to go with the back. It just looks so lush, doesn't it? And this just shuffles so good. And it looks so good. So that's another one that I modified. Now this was one of them. I've got 2 other decks that I have not modified yet that came in the Hay House subscription. And I've got a walkthrough of all of those coming. It's all in one. These are really cool decks. I do like them. I think this is my favorite Rebecca Campbell. I've got 2 or 3 other ones. 2, maybe 2 other ones. I'm not sure. But this is how I ended up edging these in order to kind of go with the back. Just briefly. This is the most beautiful Rebecca Campbell. The colors, everything. The messages are really good in this one. This is my favorite thus far. The Ancient Stones, that's super cool. So I wanted to show you that modification. And then, this is another one that I got, the B Tarot. I think this is absolutely a stunning deck. I love the colors of all of it. The book is so heavy duty. Oh my goodness. And this is how I edged this one. Like a few different colors of like the tans and khaki and like sienna or whatever color that's, like a clay color. I thought it went really good with the backs. So let's just do a shuffle really quick. I never did a walkthrough of, oh, that was a fail. I do love how forgiving Llewellyn cardstock is, though. This stuff is like really, really good cardstock. I like it. And this is linen. But, oh, no, I got them every which way. Every which way but loose, right? That was a Clint Eastwood movie. So that one was another modification. And I love how it turned out. I do love these Llewellyn boxes. They just work so well on my shelves. All of those like that in a line. Yeah, I love it. So I had gotten this one, the Dreams of Gaia. I have the small version, but I wanted the full version with the bigger book and with the larger cards. And so I modified this deck too. This is a big deck. Sorry about shaking it up. But I tried using like 3 different colors that you see that are on here on the backs in the gilding. I thought it turned out really beautiful. So that's the Dreams of Gaia. This is a newer version for me. And then, so this I purchased this bag thinking it was going to fit the Persephone, the Tarot of Persephone's Garden. It would have been perfect. Literally perfect, because here's the backs. Do you see how perfect that would have been? But it just didn't. This was for like minis, and I didn't realize when I did it. I thought maybe the pictures that were on this showed like a bigger deck, you know, like a standard, but it did not. It did not fit that, so I couldn't use that. So I decided to keep, the Tarot of Persephone's Garden in this one, because it's like a death moth, right? So I think that's really cool. And with her being like the queen of the underworld, this is how I modified this. There's a few different shades of like reds and deep reds in here, just to give it a little bit of depth. I thought that turned out really well. And went with the back really good. And she didn't have, the lady that I ordered this off of from Etsy did not have this particular bag in the larger size, which was a shame, because you see how this would have been a perfect bag for this. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but it's still a beautiful bag and I still love it. So I decided to put one of my decks, the Divine Divination Guidance deck, Divine Divination Companion deck, I should say. And this is how I edged those, because each one of these is like different categories. So these are like people, like ancestors, angelic, ascended master, deity, elemental. These are more like your different vibrational beings, right? That are in the green, like Jinn. Okay, so I did a green edging on that. Then the other category, which is in blue, these are more detailed towards people, like male, mother, female, uncle, grandmother, daughter, father, granddaughter, son, and cousin. So these were all done in the blue. Like, they're like family members, right? So then I did the purple, which this is where it gets more in detail with like time periods. So within years, within months, this year, this month, within days, divine timing, autumn, summer, spring, winter, and then you've got all of your months, January, February, all the way through December. Those are the purples. So I did it, you know, in the purple. And then we had the hot pink, which is like co-worker, new person, twin flame, lover, friend, enemy, child, soulmate, parent, watcher, sibling, acquaintance, partner, family, and spouse. In the pink. This is a companion deck for, that's why I called it this, Divine Divination Companion Deck. Because this can help with any kind of really getting very clear with certain things, right? In a reading that you just need that extra clarity. So this is for like emotions, happy, love, hate, sad, worry, satisfied. The reasons why somebody might do something, or the underlying reason why this could be happening in your life. Fearful, triggered, jealous, excited, depressed, angry, compassion, fulfilled, proud, envious, passion, unsure, no, never, sure, not likely, yes, maybe, not yet, absolutely, probably, and most definitely. So these hot pink share the emotions as well as like the yes, no, maybe, not yet, you know, that kind of stuff. And then we've got another timing instead of more direct timing, like within years, within days, within months, yada, yada, yada. We've got the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, Classical Era, 20th century, 19th, 18th, 17th. So if you're like doing past life readings, if you're doing like past life karma, if you're doing anything like that, really, this can help pinpoint it, because this goes all the way to the 1st century, all the way up to the 20th century, and then you got your Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, and Classical. Not to mention, then you've got your other timing, right, within months, and more things that are in the 21st century. And then the last one, and those were like in an orange to match the orange cards. And then in the yellow cards, we've got Russia, India, Australia, China, Central America, Africa, unknown today, South America, Europe, and North America. So, like I've said before when I was showing the walkthrough of those, if you wanted to, you can get a map once you know the general area and do some scrying over the map in order to pinpoint a place. If you're also trying to figure out like soulmate stuff or past life stuff, ancestry stuff, this is a great companion for that. So that's how I modified that, and that's the bag that I put it in. And then my Madame Lydia Wilhelmina's tarot. I did not have like the perfect color for this to match it, but I love green. Green's my favorite color. So this was like what would you call this? Like a olive or chartreuse? I'm not sure. But it's kind of like a yellowy. And I thought it looked really good because it's kind of like a, you know what kind of deck this is. It's like one of those, oh, what do you call it? Curiosity cabinet decks, right? This is like the quintessential curiosity cabinet. And that color just really went with a lot of these cards, the images. So I decided on that. I thought it was beautiful. And look at it, even goes like good with the zipper, like the bronze, you know. So here is my spreads deck. I put it in this, but it is clear to me that I need to make more. So on my healing journey, I have been getting around a little bit better with my walker still. I'm still incrementing, putting more weight on my foot. It's a process because, oh my goodness, in the beginning, it hurt like hell. It still hurts, but nothing like it did. So I'm getting around. So I was able to get into my office with my walker, and I started working on my 3 other decks that I'm working on yesterday. I got quite a bit accomplished. They're the spreads decks, but they're all like the 78 tarot archetype spreads, one for each one of the archetypes. But I'm working on 3 different, like, physical, they're the same spreads. You decide which deck suits you better. The idea is the same, but the artwork is different, or the aesthetic is different for each one of them. So anyways, my love of SpreadsOracle deck. You guys have seen this many times now. These are the backs. So I decided to edge it in like this, like goldy color. Isn't that just beautiful? I love it. So in a roundabout way, what I was trying to say is, I don't like how thin this is. There's like 60 spreads in the 60 cards, I believe. So I need to maybe do an expansion, maybe another 30 or so spreads that I can add to this particular deck so that it fills up my bag. And so it just feels like more of like a good, substantial, you know, deck. All right, so that was the mod job on that and the bag that I put it in. So this one is my Geomancy deck. And this is what it looks like. These are all the backs. Which I've got a full walkthrough of this particular deck. Here's all of the meanings. All 16. And then we've got 4 decks of all of the figures. Right? And this is how I etched those. And this was like 3 different shades of gray. But together it's just... it just creates depth when you use different colors. So, and I decided to put this particular oracle in this bag that I had purchased, that I had previously shown you guys from Etsy. I thought it was perfect. And then this is my beginner deck of the 13 sign astrology. So this is how I edged it. Sorry, I got disconnected. I got a call in. This is how I edged this one. There we go. So I love how this shuffles too. Is that not cool? I love the little dimension, the depth. that it gives. And like I've said with this particular deck, you can keep them all in order if you want to and use them when you're reading charts. You know, like all your planets together, all of your zodiac signs together, all of your aspecting together, all of your asteroids and points and houses. You can keep them all together in separate little piles so that when you're working on your actual birth chart, you can lay them out and see what it means, right? Because they all have like either phrases or they have keywords. So sextile, compatible bodies in a happy union. So that could mean a happy union. And if you got Neptune with it, maybe with your psychic or transcending. So maybe what you're working on in the mystic field is actually working. You've got a happy union between like your higher self and this corporeal self. So your psychic abilities are right on target. Your midheaven, public, professional, vocation. So maybe something is happening. Maybe this means that you being someone who works as a psychic or as a hotline reader or somebody that gives, you know, some sort of guidance that has to do with paranormal stuff or, you know, woo-woo stuff. This is like saying this is what you should be doing, right? If you get those 3 cards. So they all have either a phrase or several keywords. And then if you wanted to expand on that, then you can also look to your chart, right? So this is like an all-purpose kind of deck. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty proud of this. And this, for those people that practice true sidereal or real sky, this has all of the signs in it. This has, including Ophiuchus. So I love how that turned out. And then this is the bag that I have. I got this bag at Home Goods. I love Home Goods. It's one of the first places that I'm going when I can actually get out and walk again without any problems. My husband said he's going to be taking me to Home Goods and my metaphysical store because I haven't been able to be out in like months, right? But I did get this from Home Goods for like $5.99 or $6.99. And it's absolutely perfect. It's got a little pocket in there, and I keep my my heart-shaped rose quartz. Isn't that beautiful? And this is for my Shades of Love expansion and Shades of Love Oracle. 2 different decks that work on, but I made them the same so that it's an expansion for this. So the first original comes with several different categories: unconditional love, romantic love, sex and desire, obsessive love, self-love, and soul contracts. And then the second expansion, or the expansion, came with three more categories: delusion, hurtful, and unbalanced love, right? So this is a big mama jumbo when you put them all together. These are the backs. So they all work together. You can pull out whatever categories you don't want to work with, or you can pull out any cards that, you know, you just don't want to do in your readings. But I did a few different shades of red. I keep them really close so it just creates depth. But that's what that looks like in comparison to the back. And this particular deck is just perfect for love readings of all kinds, in my opinion. So that is that particular modification and bag. I just love how this turned out. I think it's just stunning. And I love the bag that I house it in. It's just gorgeous. And I love putting the little heart in there, the rose quartz heart. So, that was everything. I think that's everything. I just want to show you right quick this that I have purchased, let me zoom out a little bit. This that I purchased from Amazon for like $30, I think it was under $30, with 120 dual tip brush pens. This is what I used for all of my modifications. And one of the reasons I love this so much is because you have colors that are so close to each other. Sometimes it's not so easy to tell. When I did those, they all looked like the same color, but the saturation is maybe a little bit deeper. It creates such depth when you're doing your edging, and they do not bleed onto the cards. I didn't even have to wipe them off, nothing. If I accidentally got onto the card, I would just take my finger and wipe it really quickly. But this comes with 128 different markers, or 100, was it 128? No, 120. I don't know where I got 128. But look at all these colors. 4 trays. These are all like the Tombow. They're all water-based. That's why they are perfect for edging. They do not come off on the hands, like as in Sharpie and stuff like that, which are alcohol-based. So, I just love this, and I have just for days been edging decks. So, what have you been doing lately? Have you been doing any modifications? Even the cover shows the different, what the tones look like and all that come in it. So at a glance, you can look and see whether or not you have something that would be suitable. So that's what the Hethrone 120. If I can remember, I will put a link to this particular Amazon purchase, okay? So that you guys can go and grab it if you're interested in it. But I think they work perfectly. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to show you. So we have one tip that's like this, right? Like your Tombow. The other end for fine. So like if you have decks that you want to trim down completely, right? Nothing on them to determine what they are, but you just can't stand, maybe it's too big, or you can't stand the borders and the printing you don't like. The tiny little felt tip or fine tip is perfect for writing what it is on the card, just like your fire symbol or you know, any of the different symbols with the number or the Roman numerals for your major arcana. So either way, this was a perfect investment. I have edged so many decks with this particular purchase. So, and they can get expensive. And 120 of them for like, I think it was like $28 or $29 if I remember right. That is a steal. You can pretty much, you know, do edging to your heart's desire. And all the beautiful color combinations. So thank you for spending this time with me. I just wanted to show you what I've been up to and all of the new super cool decks. And I am sending you love always. Bye now.